Are you doing this? Sorry. Backwards. I found it like this earlier.
Good chat. Trying to get a group member.
I'm here, just joking.
Okay, good. It scared me. I was like, shoot, no.
When I used the link, it was fine, but when I just typed in the number, so maybe I typed in the wrong number.
Okay. Made me nervous. I was like, no, because I always take that off.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you talk so I can make sure I can hear you on my Bluetooth?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, awesome. I just connected it right as I got on. So.
One second. You might do another like.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
There she is. Sorry about that, Jade.
Okay. I'm on my mom's computer, so I'm Jerry.
Yeah. That's okay.
I was messaging you on the thread saying, am I supposed to hear you? And then I was trying to tag Mallory. I know she's supposed to be here.
For some
That's okay.
reason, some of us just got right in, and some of them had asked for a passcode, but I don't have
Yeah.
it set for a passcode. Did it ask you for one?
It didn't ask me. I jumped right in.
The second time it didn't ask, but the first time it did. So I was like, let me try it just one more time.
Ah. So hopefully that doesn't impact. There's always got to be some sort
I
of.
just clicked join event on the Facebook event and it went straight through it.
Yeah, I'm just on a different computer, and so the Facebook, I'm not on my Facebook, and so I couldn't do that. Yes, that would be the best.
I'm going to just post real quick in the event so that people can just click that link. And then we can get started. Okay, so I'm glad that some of you were able to make it here. There we go. Okay, we always love to honor everyone's time on these calls because I know it's late for some people, especially on the East Coast. But just a couple of housekeeping things. If you guys can go ahead and mute your microphone. That'll just help with the feedback as Jade is teaching so that everybody can hear what she's saying. But if you have questions tonight, like we love for these, this is traditionally our Made for More, our Oily Generations Made for More event that we do every single month, where we just expand on a topic that is important to people. We've done sleep. What all have we done, guys? Emotions.
Hormones.
Anxiety, ADHD.
Yeah, focus. And we always feature a member or several members to just share their story and how they're incorporating oils or just natural lifestyle tips so that we can all just do this better and do this as a part of a community. So that's what we do every single month. This month, we've opened it up to people that are beyond our team. So if you're here tonight and you are not a part of the Early Generations team and you love being a part of the community that happens here tonight, please reach out to whoever invited you because we'd love to invite you into this space every single month. But tonight we have a fun thing that we're going to do. It's a little bit different. We've invited our early generation friend, my personal friend, Jade Wilson. She's Jerry Mobley tonight on her parents' computer. There she is. There's Jade. And Jade is a personal friend of mine. We are both Army spouses. We met in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas last year. And she invited me to do yoga in her basement. And I like yoga. I don't like all yoga classes I've been to. Spoiler alert, I've been to some that have been pretty boring, but I fell in love with Jade's classes in her basement. She taught me a lot about connecting with my breath and my body, incorporating how I could incorporate my faith into my yoga practice, which was something that was always felt like people talked about had to be really separate. So if that's something that is important to you tonight, she does a great job of incorporating those two things. And she's just a beautiful person. So I'm going to not say anything else about her. She can introduce herself, and she's going to share her wellness story with us tonight. She's going to lead us through some breath work. So as everybody's getting settled, if you don't have your mat, go grab your mat because we would love for you to physically do some yoga with us tonight at the end of the session. And then if you use oils already and you have a favorite respiratory supporting oil, and or a favorite emotional calming oil, go grab both of those really quickly because we're going to put some oils on our body tonight. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking and mute myself and just enjoy this and take it away, Jade.
Thank you. Thank you for those kind words. I actually was going to say you don't have to have your mat tonight. This is just a very chill practice. We are not going to use muscles much. And this is not the type of class that I usually teach. So I hope you're patient with me and I hope you get something out of it. I never know what to say when people ask me to talk about myself. I'm just a regular old person. I have always been into health and just living a healthy life. And I was physically active, but just it never kept me. I wanted tone, muscle tone, but never really felt like it was worth it to sacrifice everything else, all the food that I want to eat and spend hours and hours at the gym. And so it just never kept my attention until I tried yoga at a gym. There was a wonderful teacher there, and I just loved it from the very first class. And so I kept going, and there's so many different teachers and styles. I found this one couple in California that just really grew my practice out of their home, which inspired me to do yoga out of my home. And it has just continually been in my life. So from about 19 to now. And I did my teacher training about 3 years ago. And then I had my third baby, and I'm as strong as I've ever been. I'm as flexible as I've ever been, or more than I've ever been. And then I found oils about, 5 years ago. And I first started with the intention of just helping out with all the colds that my little ones got. And then I started in with emotional support, and then just everyday support with cleaning. And so I love using essential oils to just boost my practice. If you can limit the distractions, really set the tone of the practice, it just takes it up to the next level. So I love to diffuse oils. I love to put them on topically. And then I just grabbed a few, since I'm traveling, I'm at my parents' right now. I grabbed a few blends that are easy to throw in the diffuser, and that I enjoy the smells. So I like Stress Away. I think that's a favorite with so many. And then if I want to, if I practice like during the day, then I'll find it more of an uplifting one. So maybe Stress Away and Lime. And then Peace and Calming is a great one for nighttime. Or maybe if I've had a really, really stressful day, this is a great one. Valor is great diffused with lots of stuff. I see lots of heads nodding here. So Valor's great. And I didn't bring any respiratory, but I think Erin can talk about Raven and RC are great. Any minty ones can be great to open up the airways and help you take those deep breaths in, because it's not very fun when you start your breathing and you've got all this congestion going on. So that really helps out in your practice. And so that's a little bit about me. If you haven't grabbed your oils, then these are just a few suggestions. Maybe try the Stress Away or Peace and Calming, just really easy blends. Erin, do you want to talk about cleaning?
Yeah. I also want to mention, because we have a few people on here who have been oiling for a long time. So maybe you're like, I would love to find a couple of oils, maybe new oils that I haven't used before. I really recommend looking at the purple line. There are so many oils in the purple bottles. I know I introduced Jade to Release, and she really likes that one. Do you have Release there? Yeah. I introduced her to Release, and she was like, I need some of this in my life. So Release is a really powerful blend if you're needing to get rid of some anger emotions. Just some of those things can be really good, but there's other ones. Sacred Mountain. Think about doing mountain pose. I feel like that's pretty appropriate. Envision, Harmony, Hope. They are all blends with oils that have constituents that are really meant to release negative emotions, calm the body down. So if you're looking for something new, the purple line is a really great one to explore. She's talked about your respiratory oils. She's going to lead us through some breath work. But I wanted to talk about a couple of other ways you can incorporate the oils that we use into your practice. So we definitely want to keep a clean mat, a clean space wherever you're doing your practice on. I know I'm guilty of not cleaning my mat enough. And then we get in child's pose and my face is on the ground. And I'm like, oh, I should probably clean that more. So grab your bottle of Thieves Cleaner. If you have a Thieves all-purpose spray, that's an easy button. Probably my favorite thing if you're traveling to a yoga studio or someone's basement, whatever, is to grab the Thieves spray that probably came in your starter kit. You can get these in a 3-pack and a single, but I love that it also includes the alcohol for the like sanitizing aspect, and it's so easy to just spray your mat down, wipe it down, and you know you've got a clean space. The next thing we want to talk about incorporating oils, and we wanted to save the yoga to the last so that when you get off here, you can just not have to listen to anyone and you can go to bed if you want to. But we want to talk about recovery. So tonight's going to be pretty chill. We're not going to use a ton of muscles, but a lot of times, especially if you're trying something new, like yoga can make you really sore. You're using muscles that you've never used before. And so we have a lot of great products. You probably all have Panaway in your home. This is a great one to add to a carrier oil and apply to those sore muscles. But I love taking an Epsom salt bath after a yoga session. So a cup or two of unscented Epsom salts with a little magnesium in them, some Panaway, peppermint, Valor even, can really help to calm those muscles down for the day. A roller that is my absolute favorite is Deep Relief, and this one would be a good one to carry in your gym bag and just roll on those sore muscles. Guys, we have so many options though. Ortho Sport Massage Oil, if you have somebody that's willing to rub you down. And then probably one of my recent favorites is the CBD Muscle Rub. This stuff is rock star, amazing. When you're talking about recovery too, we also want to recover and support our bodies from the inside out, right? So a favorite for my husband after his workouts is AminoWise. It's an amino acid supplement that helps with muscle recovery and enhances just performance. So this is a good one. And I was thinking of another one that I don't have, BLM. So maybe you're somebody that you're like, my joints, muscles, like those kind of things really hurt, ache. I have trouble with that. Supporting your body from the inside out is going to be really important when you start incorporating exercise. So supplements like BLM, Sulfurzyme, those are good ones to look at and to start incorporating into your nutrition routines to really help support those muscles and joints. So those are just a few tips. You probably have tons of product at your home already that you can use for your body, but that's what I got. We did want to, open it up to if you guys have any questions for Jade, just about like her story. Maybe you want to know something that is her favorite, or a way that you can incorporate something that you already have. We'd love to hear from you guys.
What's Jade's favorite core muscle core exercises for, especially like during pregnancy and during postpartum?
Okay, before yoga, I thought that they were just like bicycle and, you know, some crunches, really boring core exercises that I just can't stand. They're just so boring. There's so many on, the best thing is Instagram. If you just like hashtag core work, you can find so many things on there. And something that is really helpful is thinking about making your lumbar spine touch the floor. So all of your back is touching, and just doing that activates the deepest, your transverse abdominis, the deepest part of your core, which you need to protect. And if that is activated, then that's really like, it's not just the surface, but it wraps around your back and down to your pelvic floor. So that's what you want to focus on, is taking your belly button down to the floor. This is a new favorite of mine. I'll show you really quick. So I have my pajama pants on. I'm ready for bed. So just lay on your back, and then again, take your low back flat. Knees are right above your hips, and then arms out, and then just go back and forth. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And it looks, so take it nice and slow and keep that knee above your hip. And it might look like, what is that? That's really easy. But I promise you, you'll feel it. Nice and slow, and make sure you keep that line. So knee above your hip, and then your knees at a 90-degree angle.
I've been doing this one. Can you see me?
Kind of. I can't see your bottom. Are you in boat pose?
Yeah. I'm in boat pose because it's really hard on my back. I had back problems, and so this one seems to be helping. But I wanted some other core things to do.
Okay,
as
so
well as I continue.
Core without laying down. Can you do?
Yeah.
Can you do any forearm stuff? Or
yes.
on your wrists, anything like that will strengthen your core.
Okay.
And any of the yoga poses, I say any, most of the yoga poses do work a lot of your core, your stability. So it's not just like a, bicycle exercise. It could be a standing tree pose that is activating your core to try and balance you.
Right. But I just wanted some more ideas because I have some basic yoga exercises that I do that I've known throughout. This is my 5th pregnancy. So,
wow.
So I know the basics, and sometimes I'll pull up like a 5 or 10 minute one because I just. But I wanted to ask you if there was some a couple more core ones that I could do quick that you wanted, and that other one I could possibly do. I probably would definitely need a pillow for the one that you suggested, just because of my back. But that probably would be definitely one that I could do after the baby's born.
Yes, that would be great for postpartum. I'll have to think of a few, because sometimes anything in plank can be demanding.
I try to do planks, but I can only do it for like 10 breaths at a time. And so that's kind of.
Remember, you can always get on your knees.
Right.
Yeah. So that can be really beneficial.
Okay.
I wanted to ask something. Jade, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So to Ashley, did you do yoga before you were pregnant? Or is it something you've recently started?
I've been doing yoga on and off for since Peyton was for 10 years now. I just don't do like regular classes like everybody else.
Right. And I think that's one thing that people get really nervous about. Jade probably doesn't know. I have 7 kids. So I did CrossFit with a couple of kids, and then I did yoga with the last 2. And I feel like I see your faces. I know what you were doing. What you're doing there, Alexis. Anyway, so I just always kind of did whatever I did before I got pregnant. So I was running races with a couple of the first 2. So I ran. So I feel like anything that you did before, just continue. And it's one of those things that Jade will probably say, just like listen to your body.
Right.
Like, you know that, wow, I knew that I could do a lot of things, but I couldn't lay flat on my back. So, I would, if they were doing crunches, I'm going to be, propping myself up. And it's like she said, just focus on your core. And I can say that's a cat fighting in my house. That's a true story. I can honestly say that my abs were better after like baby 6 and 7 than they were previously, just because I had continued the practice of yoga. And what Jade's saying is like any of the workouts that you're doing, any of the poses that you're doing, as long as you're like breathing properly, I feel like that's the key to it. So that doesn't quite answer your question, but I just wanted that to kind of be encouragement.
Yes, thank you.
And it probably goes along with
Well,
yeah.
I think because
So I've got
this pregnancy has been, huh?
I said, I've got a couple of things I can send you to, some like pregnancy type workouts with like yoga pose kind of stuff.
I think with this pregnancy has been quite different. Several people have said because of the testosterone flowing through my body. And so, you know, and with it being the 5th pregnancy and everything, you know, it's just trying to listen to your body and, sorry tears, and trying to figure out the best exercises that would maximize, but yet, you know, not have to do a 30 or 45-minute workout.
So are you on the Oily Generations page?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll
I'm
find
Erin's sister, by the way.
Really? Oh,
I'm her oldest. Yeah. I'm her oldest sister. Yeah.
oh well.
I've been oiling for 6 years now.
All right. Well, I'll find you and I'll look for some more specific ones that aren't on your back and are mama friendly.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. What?
How far along are you?
24 and a half weeks.
Okay. And then Erin's pregnant. Anyone else? You're like, no.
Yeah, everybody's like, no.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Jade. I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm Becca. So I've basically been doing more like yoga like at home. There's a girl on YouTube that I follow, but when we move, if I could potentially find a place, like I've never done yoga like at a gym or like done a yoga class. But what would you recommend? I mean, so I'm basically a beginner. I follow along with her. For my like starting out, I guess like learning the breathing, would it be just like a basic beginner's class style you would recommend going to? Because I know there's a lot of different styles.
That is such a hard question because there's so many and it depends on where you go. If you're doing classes online, you're probably like beyond beginner. You know, everyone thinks like, oh, I'm not good at yoga, but you are, like everyone is. And classes can vary so much, you know, so you are probably fine going anywhere.
I haven't tried doing the respiratory oils mainly because I'm not awake that much in the morning. But this morning I did wake up and did like an 11-minute session. But I noticed like I was like, and it's because so I need to use my RC because I think I was just waking up and congested. So I was like, I can't breathe right now, but I'm doing it. So
Yeah. Well, so I would say look for a class based on like, do you want more relaxing or more physical, and then go for that. And you can always start out at beginner and then say, well, I'll just bump myself up if this isn't good for me.
If I do it in the first thing in the morning, it's because I need to stretch and get some more flexibility. But like sometimes I'll do one that's for running that I run. So like the pre-run and then the post-run. But I definitely need to get into some physical ones like for strength and stuff. But, okay, thank you.
There's so many good classes online. There's just a lot to choose from. So yeah, you just choose whatever you like, what teacher you connect with, and what feels good for you.
And I would say don't be afraid to be in that like next level class. Like there were things that Jade was like, let's all try to do handstands against the wall. And I'm like, oh girl, I'm not doing a handstand. And I could do a or not a handstand, and I could do a headstand now. Like, it just kind of, when you have somebody there that can help position you and encourage you and kind of make sure that you're doing things safely, I ended up, feeling more challenged than things I would have pursued in my living room. So I think that's kind of a perk too of having somebody there to guide you and challenge you and say, like, your body can do these things. So.
Who has practiced before? So most everyone. Alexis, is that a yes or no? 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 Okay, nice. Nice. Well, I hope that you enjoy it tonight. Any other questions? So I was going to say I like to diffuse based on what energy level I want, which is usually during the day. Like I try to get mine in like either morning or lunch or right after lunch. So I'm talking of like 11 o'clock morning. I'm not an early morning yoga person. So I usually, my favorite one right now is the spring diffuser blend that you put on with geranium and a couple of others, tea tree. That one I really like that one. So geranium, I don't know what it is. I don't love the smell, but it makes me so happy. I'm like, why am I so nice right now? So I like to diffuse that for my mood. Like, do I want a little bit more energy? And then I usually have some on my hands and breathe and put it on my chest. A more like hormonal or just like stress relief one. And that's my usual routine. So do you want to talk about anything else before we get started, Erin?
No, I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think you can take it away.
Okay, so one thing with your cameras, try and scooch back and then move your camera so I can see you. Nobody else is going to be looking at the camera, just me. And then let's find our oils that we want. So we'll put it on right before practice and then at the end. We'll do some breath work at the end and then settle into Shavasana. And again, you don't have to have a yoga mat. I've got I feel like these are like Blue's Clues pajama pants. If Steve, never mind. Okay, so all right, so starting off, put whatever oil you choose in your hand, rub it together, and then cup it around your mouth and nose and just take some deep breaths. And then take that oil on your hand and rub it on your neck, maybe around your hairline. It takes about 4 breaths to tap into your parasympathetic nervous system and tell your body to relax. So it's always a good, in Ashtanga, you take 5 breaths in each pose. And so it's nice to remember when you're in a hard place, take at least 4 deep breaths and start to release. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. You can prop your sit bones up with pillows. Just get comfortable. You can even lay on your back if that's a little bit more comfortable to set up our breath and set up our minds. Make a decision to let go, choose to relax, and to step into this space. We'll just breathe in and out, deepening your breath. And with each exhale, make sure to fully contract your lungs to squeeze every last bit out, cleansing them, and then filling them again completely. Seal your lips as you breathe, but let your jaw relax so your teeth are parted and you're breathing in and out through your nose. Listening to the sound of your breath. Jesus tells us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest in your souls." So as we cultivate our breath and awareness, I invite you to set an intention tonight. And if you would like to set your own, feel free to. But maybe you just want to choose to lay down everything at his feet and find rest. You can keep your eyes closed, or you can blink them open, letting your eyelids stay heavy. Take your chin down to your chest. Release your hands to the sides of you and just breathe deeply, taking it nice and slow. Reminding yourself that you're making a choice to relax, and now you're inviting your body to join you. Inhale, lift your head up, and then take your ear over to your right shoulder. Releasing the side of your neck where we hold so much tension. Exhale, slowly roll it on back down to your chest. And then as you inhale, open up, and then just draw that left ear to the left shoulder. Take your right shoulder away from your ear. Not straining, but just gently opening up. Inhale, come back through center. And then we're going to take some really small rolls with our head, getting into those back muscles. And so just take your chin to your chest and gently, ever so slightly, go back and forth. Releasing all that tension. Deep breaths. And come on back up. Taking that left arm to the left side. I'll scoot back so you can see. Then reach up and over with your right arm, grounding down through your right sit bones. Your gaze can be up past your arm, or you can take it down to the floor. With your exhale, square your shoulders to the floor. Inhale, come up with that arm. Take your right arm behind you now for a twist. So left hand to the outside of your right knee. Inhale, rising up through your sit bones, all the way up through your crown of your head. Exhale, twist. Taking that chin right over your right shoulder. And then dropping your left shoulder down. Inhale, move back through center. Take your right arm across your body. Hook it here with your left arm. Breathe into your upper back. So send your breath in between your shoulder blades. Exhale, release. This time your right hand comes beside you. Reach up and over with your left hand. Again, you can gaze up or gaze down, but spiral your rib cage open. And now with your exhale, square your shoulders to the ground, getting into that side back. With your inhale, lift on up, and then find your twist here. So left hand behind you, right hand to your knee. Inhale, grounding down through your sit bones, come all the way up, and exhale, twist. Looking over your left shoulder, drop your right shoulder down. Inhale, release, and then taking that arm across your body, hook it with your right arm, and again, send your inhale between those shoulder blades. Exhale, release. And then we're going to freestyle just our shoulders. So start to swim with just your shoulders. Think about pedals on the bicycle. And then we're going to reverse those pedals. This is a 10-speed bike. You can do this. Nice, and then just roll it out. And then take big circles, opening up those hips here. Nice and slow, slow everything down. One more this direction. And then switch. 1, 2, and then last one. 3. Nice. Rock on up, and then we'll roll over onto our hands and knees for tabletop. Stretching out our wrists, our ankles, and our calves. Stretch one leg behind you and then press back into it. Switching here. Take the other leg behind you. Tuck those toes and press back into that heel. And then take both knees down and big circles here with your whole body. 3 on each side. So one more in this direction. And switch directions for 3. Again, slowing it down, 2 and 1 here. Neutral spine, reaching out through the crown of your head. Take your hips over to one side and then gaze to the opposite side, just past your shoulder. So my hips are over to the left, my shoulders are to the right, I'm looking to the right. And then switch directions. So bump your hips over to the other side and gaze over the other side, just past your shoulder. Come back to neutral and we'll find some cat-cows here. So as you inhale, draw your heart forward, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press into the earth and tuck your tailbone. Really round your spine. Inhale, pull your heart through, lift your tailbone. Exhale, tuck it in. One more time. Inhale, maybe your gaze comes a little up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone. And keep this tuck here and just rock back over those heels, not sitting on them, but just hovering. Inhale, come forward, keeping that rounded spine. And again, rock back with it. Super slow, pausing wherever it feels really good. And then we'll take it all the way down to child's pose. So spread your knees, sit back on your heels. If you need a pillow in between your legs and your bottom, you can also use a pillow in between your torso and the floor. Take those arms out, rest your head down on the mat. With your inhale, go ahead and rock it back up. Then bring your, I'm going to bring my left knee in here. You might bring your right, whatever you face the camera with. So I'm bringing my left knee in for pigeon. And then my right leg is all the way straight back from my hip. Untuck those toes and stay lifted here for a minute. If you would like, I'm just going to grab a pillow from the couch. A pillow to help prop that hip up. It's really helpful. So grab some pillows, blankets are great, whatever you need. And then I'm going to show you just from this way. This is what it looks like. Okay, so stay lifted here. Feeling the opening in your hip flexor, your psoas. And then go ahead when you're ready and just start walking it down. If you have your oils close by, you can do a little temple massage here as you're down. You might just have some on your hands. Maybe you have an oily face that works just as well. Reminding yourself of the intention that you set. Inviting your body to relax. With your inhale, go ahead and lift on up. And then, so you're staying in pigeon here, then rock it around. So one foot is in, and then the other leg is out to the side. All right, again, you can sit on a pillow or blankets to lift you up if you're having a hard time keeping your spine straight. That's very helpful. All right, taking one hand down the side, we're gonna do the side stretch here, reach up and over. With your exhale, go ahead and square your torso to that leg. You can take the arm down the side. So both my hands are on either side of my leg. Just square your torso over that leg. You can flex that foot. I don't know if you can see my toes. And then with your inhale, just come onto the middle here. And we're going to take it on down. So wherever it feels comfortable for you, find your depth tonight and start walking your hands out. Release your head, letting your neck go. Noticing the thoughts that are coming through your head, through your mind, instead of just letting them pass on by, take notice of each one. Inhale, come on up. And then take both of the soles of your feet together. I'm still sitting on my pillow here. All right, soles of your feet open up. And then again, here we'll fold in. So find the depth that is right for you tonight. Folding in, taking at least 4 deep breaths. Release your head. Then inhale, come on up. And then we'll take it to the other side. So same stretch, but the opposite foot is in now, and then the opposite leg is out as before. All right, so pull those toes back towards you. Then we'll take this side stretch. So arm can come inside of that leg, reach up and over. Making sure your shoulders drawing away from your ear. And now square those shoulders or square your torso with your thigh. Arms can come down to support you. Inhale lifts you back up. And now we'll fold forward with this one. So find your depth for tonight and walk it on down. Release your head. Trying to tune out any distractions that are pulling you away from this awareness. And with your inhale, lift on back up. And then taking pigeon over the other leg. So now I'm turning this way and my left leg is shooting out from my left hip. My toes are untucked. And then you can keep that foot close to your hip here or take it further out. And again, you can support that hip that's down with pillows or blankets. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this pillow under my hip. Stay lifted here for a few minutes, opening up this front body that is so often closed off as we're sitting all day, driving. I don't know. What else? All right. With your exhale, go ahead and lower down. Again, you can use this time to maybe massage your temples. And then when you're ready with the inhale, go ahead and lift on up. Swing that leg around. And then both my legs are in front of me for a forward fold, but my legs are really bent. My knees are really bent. And I'm going to take my arms under me. So if you've got a baby in there, you can take it far out and just drop your head in between. Okay. So dropping your head, send that breath into your upper back. Breathing super deep, and then try and hold it in your upper back. For a few seconds, releasing. My upper back gets super tight as we're taking care of the kids and washing dishes and all this stuff. So breathe deeply. Let your inhale open everything up. And then we'll take our legs just a little straighter. So you find whatever's comfortable for you, but you can take them out just a little bit and maybe shimmy your hips back. So scoot those hips back as your heels move forward, and then we'll start to get into this low back. So we'll hold this for a few breaths and release that low back here. Again, relax your head, release your head, relaxing your neck, and then focus on that inhale right between your shoulder blades, releasing those muscles. With your inhale, come on up. And then we'll make our way down onto our backs. So if this is not comfortable for you, Ashley, maybe you want to just prop yourself up on a bunch of pillows so that you're not all the way flat on your back. You can take some time here. Is it okay if we go 5 minutes over? I guess if it's not, you can just log off. But I would like to give you some breath work here. Okay, so laying on down. Feet are on the floor, knees are pointing up, and let's windshield wiper our knees back and forth. And then take them over to your right side, and then your right foot will come onto your left knee. And hold here, right foot on your left knee. Then inhale, keeping that left foot on your knee, bring it up to center, and then lift your feet off the floor and thread the needle here. So your arms are coming between your legs and grab it onto that thigh. Head can rest on the floor and just pull your thigh closer, stretching that hip out. Flex your foot. Releasing this thigh, taking your left leg out straight, and then grabbing your right leg behind your thigh, anywhere on your leg. Straighten it if you can, and then pull it back towards you. Now take that leg across your body for a spinal twist. You can keep it straight. You can bend your knee. Arms come out to the sides, and your gaze is over your right shoulder. With your inhale, move your knee back to center, and then we'll switch here. So we're going to windshield wiper our legs again. So knees are up, feet on the floor, back and forth a few times. And then go ahead and leave them pointing to the left side. This time take that left foot and take it on top of that right knee. Then inhale, come back through center, keeping the feet, knees where they are. Lift your foot up, thread that needle, so hand comes between your thighs. Grab onto the back of your your right thigh. And then bring it in for a hip stretch. Release that right leg all the way to the floor, nice and long. And then grab onto the back of your left leg, wherever is right for you, and pull it closer to your body. You can roll your ankle out here, move your toes around. Forgot to do that on the other leg. And then with your exhale, take it across your body for a spinal twist. Arms come out to the sides and gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, moving back through center. Bring both of those knees up. Reach inside of those legs and grab onto the outside of your feet. You can also grab onto your ankles if that's too much. Okay, so ankles or feet, and then pull those knees down to the sides of your body. Hope you can see. So pull your knees down to the sides of your body and really seal that low back onto your mat. Maybe rock back and forth, massaging your spine. And then any other movement that you feel like you are craving, your body needs, go ahead and do that before settling into Shavasana. Well, our breath work first. So if you have your oils close to you, you can grab your oil for your breath work and final relaxation. Maybe you just put on the same thing that you did in the beginning. That's fine too. So just put it on your chest, or you can put it on your neck. And then let's settle in for some breath work. So we're gonna do this on our back. You can sit against the couch if that's easier. Actually, I'll let you figure out what is best for you. So go ahead and get into your position. Close your eyes. And then we're gonna do the square breath. That is breathe into 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale 4 counts. Inhale to 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. So I will count the first few times to get us going, and then I'll let you go. At any point, if this is uncomfortable for you, if you're starting to feel anxious, just come into your normal breath. So close your eyes. Release your breath. And then we'll inhale deeply for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. And now exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Fill your lungs. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you go at your own pace. Taking 3 more rounds at your own pace. Finishing up whenever you are done, we will start to settle into Shavasana. Reminding yourself of your intention. I will time this for 5 minutes. I really feel like 5 minutes is a really good amount of time for your body to actually find relaxation. And when the 5 minutes are over, then I will lead you out of it. Starting from the crown of our head, release your forehead. Soften the muscles around your eyes. Feeling your ears draw down to the earth. Relaxing your cheeks. Releasing your jaw. Letting your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Connecting your back body to the earth, your upper back, arms, bottom and back of legs. Relax your hips, letting your feet fall away. And then staying with this awareness of your thoughts, choosing to find this relaxation and lay everything at his feet. And if you need something for your mind to cling to, you can call on his name, whatever he is to you, healer, provider, comforter. Repeating that phrase and focusing on the sound of your breath. I invite you to find Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. Bringing yourself back into this space. Moving your head from left to right. And then sending a big inhale all the way down through your fingers and toes. Roll those ankles and wrists out. And then when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest and roll onto whatever side is best. Taking that bottom arm as a pillow for you. Give your body time to recalibrate before you make your way up to a seated position, keeping those eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Bring your hands meeting your thumbs at your forehead and just giving thanks. And bring your hands back to heart center. And thank yourself for taking this time to focus, cultivate awareness and breath. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you are relaxed and ready for bed.
Thank you, Jade. We're so glad you're a part of our community. You guys have,
Feel very lucky to be.
you guys have a great night. Everyone sleep well.